Hey guys.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, Paulina.
Hey, Athena and Dan. And everyone noticed we are wearing sort of a uniform. Mine is without a logo.
We'll fix
So
that.
tell me what your logo is about because I haven't seen that before.
Yeah, sure. So Titan Network is fairly new. We started it sort of Q1 of this year, it was around sort of May, June time. After sort of having a big calling from our audience to put together like a structured community environment. So Titan Network is an invite-only membership organization for elite Amazon sellers. So what that actually means is we bring sellers together in a virtual community. We do mentoring sessions, online training, but we also have the physical events aspect to it as well. So we're into sort of 6 months of Titan Network now, and it's growing rapidly. And we actually just finished up our first Titan annual extravaganza over in Orlando in America, which was pretty cool, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was amazing. We had about 60 people come from all over the world to Mastermind for a few days, and
Wow.
that was incredible.
There's actually a video going out today on social
Oh,
media, so you'll see that.
cool. Are these online masterminds or they are always in-person masterminds?
So it's a
It's both.
combination. Go ahead, Jen.
Yeah, it's both. So the way we do it is we realize very quickly that you have people at different points in their journey in the Amazon business, different experience levels and different skill sets. So think of Titan Network as a platform, and then inside of the platform or on the platform, we then have different groups. So currently we've got Titan 1, Titan 2, and Titan 3. Those groups meet every Wednesday on a Zoom call like this. They meet every Wednesday and discuss, like open the laptop, screen share, discuss problems, discuss strategy, as well as physically meeting up periodically at the events that we put on as well. And then above that, we then do monthly trainings as well on strategical and tactical sort of stuff. So it's kind of like it's everything you know in Mastermind, physical and virtual, all in one place.
Let's talk a little bit more about that. The mastermind. Just if I am someone new who's never been in a mastermind, is a little bit, how to say, I'm shy to show my face. That's how I remember myself. When I heard the mastermind, I thought, oh, I'll have to show my face. And what I'm going to say, they're going to ask me something. I felt like totally overwhelmed with the idea. So could you tell me more, and maybe to the listeners, if they have never been in a mastermind before, like what is it about and why is it even useful or worth it? And does it take a lot from me as a member?
Okay, so a mastermind is where you've got a group of people and they are connecting on certain topics. And sort of the slogan of Titan is together we're stronger. So if you take a look at, you've got the intelligence of a whole group of people that when they get together, they can really improve on certain aspects. Now, when you're beginning in your journey, you might not be as open to wanting to put your input. So we're familiar that in Titan 1, when people are sort of new, the leaders are doing a lot of the leading. They're putting a lot of the information in place. Titan 2, people are intermediate. They're definitely starting to work together more. But by the time you get to Titan 3, these guys, some of them are doing $1 million a month or more. They obviously are all doing a lot right. So they're going to want to kind of contribute to each other more. So each stage kind of has the way that we operate with them.
So I guess the most value is from others sharing their experiences and then others learning, right? So this sharing, isn't that a little bit, like you're worried to give away your best secrets so that, someone else could just copy them? Like just in general, talking about masterminds, like I'm trying to pull the value in it. Is it really worth it to share someone that is valuable for someone else, even though it could be your trade secret? How does it go?
So I think I'm a big believer in the abundance mindset. And we do stand by the fact that together we are stronger. The fastest way to achieve success in any walk of life is to go and find someone that's achieved that success before and do what they did. Yeah, a lot of people talk about that. So with Titan, what we do is we leave ego at the door. We leave all that at the door. And we genuinely believe that there's enough to go around and we can help each other through this. Now, honestly, 5 years on into this business, that's kind of where we're at in this business now. It sort of really boomed, didn't it? 2014, 2015. We're now heading into 2020. There aren't really any major secrets left in terms of major breakthroughs. Yes, we have a lot of strategical sort of hacks, so to speak, and tactics that we're deploying. but by no means are we deploying them to a point that we believe it can be saturated. And whilst if I can help my fellow Titan to the right of me, I know later down the line that will come back tenfold, and I will get something back out of that relationship. And that's kind of what Titan's about. So to go into something with a scarcity mindset, which is what you've described there, is a limiting factor and actually limits you in the growth of your business, because you're not building real deep relationships with people, a trusted circle of entrepreneurs that you can rely on, because you don't have all the answers and you will never have all the answers. You need to build that circle of trust around you. And that's how you grow rapidly in this business, tactically strategic, because there's no way you can keep ahead of all of it. There's just too much going on. What's your take on that, Athena?
I agree. I mean, I just see the magic occurring, and I see how, one person has an issue and someone else has been there and they've got a lot of skill in that particular thing. They're able to contribute to the other person, and that person, it might have taken them months to solve the situation. As an example, we had one of our Titan members run into a situation that got them actually suspended on Amazon. But because we had connections with certain people and one of our Titan leaders was able to jump in, they were able to get her account reinstated very quickly. And that normally would have taken her a long time. She might not have had the resources. She might not have had the connections. And so just having a group of people that can back you up is invaluable. Like, there's just no way to describe the value of that.
It's a great example, that is. It's a great example. It was actually the pesticide issue recently, which is a very difficult issue. And the seller in question was living in Australia, so couldn't do the pesticide license. And it was nothing to do with the pesticide product. It was stupid. And other sellers have been put out of business with it. But because of fellow Titan, it was actually one of our Titan leaders, so one of the authority figures in Titan, that was able to sort it. She was reinstated within 2 days. So it's a great example.
We literally saved her business, and she's got a 7-figure business. So that is the power of having a network like what we've got.
This is awesome. Yeah. What about in-person events? So is that different? Like, you go to an in-person event. Again, when you are new, you're a little bit shy and you don't know what to do. Like, is it like a big circle, like an AA meeting, or like, how does it
You're so cute, Alina. No, I mean, the reason why we do the in-person thing is because, virtually you can get very far with a relationship, but when you're spending time together, you're able to kind of connect on a level that wouldn't be possible virtually. So we do a lot of things. Like, first, we actually were working with the entire group. We brought in some really amazing people. Like, one of the people that we brought in was Steven Anderson, who's been in Amazon since they transferred from books to doing physical products. He's one of the most brilliant consultants in the industry. This guy works with celebrities. He works with massive sellers. And he came and actually was giving value to our group of 60 people. We rented 4 big houses. There's 11 bedrooms in each of these houses. So we're all together like a giant family, having breakfast together, having meals together, and then having all these special guests coming in and giving knowledge and information while people are all sitting around on a couch. They felt so comfortable, so open, and the value that was being given in that area was just incredible. So then on top of that, we were splitting up into small groups, and the trust factor was just incredible because Titan Network is an invite-only network. So I actually speak to each and every member before they come on, and we're looking for people who are open, who are positive, who are there to help each other, and you could really feel that energy when you're in the room. So I don't think there's a single person in there that felt uncomfortable, quite the contrary.
That sounds very good, actually.
Yes.
I'd love to join.
You're invited to the next one, by the way.
All right. I'll consider it, because I have 2 little kids, I'll have to bring them along. So do people bring their families there, or it's more like just, work type of event?
On this particular one, we didn't bring our families. We're going to be doing a cruise that's going to be family friendly. And also I've been being asked to do Mexico magic. So I think that might be also family friendly. I'm a mom. I have 2 sons. In fact, seeing the amount of amazing women that are part of Titan who are moms and who are also balancing that and business is quite impressive. So yeah, we have a lot of families. Dan has 2 small children himself, so we definitely want to do both. We want to make it family friendly, and then there's some times where it's nice to kind of break away and really focus on business. So we want to have that balance.
I'm excited about the cruise. I used to work on cruise ships before. That's where I met my husband.
Really? Wow. Okay, well.
So have you done a cruise already, or this is going to be the first one?
I've actually put on a cruise before, and that was actually one of the first events that I put on, and I did it out of love. We had about 70 people on the cruise, and we went to the Caribbean, and it was absolutely magic. So when we started Titan Network, I'm like, we've got to do a cruise. And so I actually went with my family on a cruise recently. I know it was rough, and I was looking into some different islands and things because I wanted to make it really special and really unique. So I think I found one of my favorite islands, which is the island of Dominica, because it's, have you been to that one before in the Caribbean?
No,
So it's completely like if the humans had never touched it. Like we climbed up this beautiful little waterfall, and there's like pools, and it's just absolutely gorgeous. So that's definitely on the list for a cruise for sure.
Sounds very nice.
Yes.
And yeah, I guess the bonding is completely different than comparing to, you know, a formal networking event where you come with a small plate and a drink in the other hand, and you're like, yes, how are you? But on the beach, you know, you sit with a margarita, and life is different.
You know what, girl, you figured it out. That's why we had our event at Margaritaville in Orlando, so we're totally with you on that.
Yeah, that's very cool. I love it. So do you know already which cruise line is going to be, or not yet?
Not yet. We can talk afterwards if you have some ideas
Okay.
for me, but we're going to be definitely doing an amazing cruise. I mean, there's a formula that you can see with everything that we do, whether it's seller events, China Magic, Titan. We believe in togetherness. We believe in being open. We believe in helping people. And we believe in removing people from that awkward, like, you know how sometimes you go to conferences and it's just like, oh, hey, nice to meet you. And you might pass a business card or whatever, but your relationship ends there, right? What we try to create on all of the experiences that we do is a very open setting, and we make these experiences, and the reason why I call it an experience is because we add a lot of elements that you wouldn't normally see that force people to connect at a level that isn't quite normal. Like when you go to China Magic, for example, you're together for 12 whole days, and so by the time you're together for that long, you become really, really close. And we were looking at how can we do the same thing in a one-day seller event. And I think we super accomplished that, didn't we, Dan? Like it was crazy, the networking and the level of openness, and the speakers. Tell them about that. That was amazing.
Yeah, it was good. So we had the 3-day mastermind for the Titan members. So there was day 1, 2, and 3, and then the 4th day we held this one-day event, and it was open to the public. We had just over 200 people attend, 14 different speakers, including some of the big heads of the industry like Casey Goss. We had Bradley over from Helium 10, Troy from Seller Tools, Aaron from Samurai Seller, Philip Jepson from Managed by Stats. So all these guys came to and delivered their talks. But what was really unique was how quickly people picked up on the energy of the Titan members in the room. So about a third of the room was Titan members. And then by the end of the night, they were like, what is this? Like, I haven't been in a community like this before that has this energy and this connection. And people are like, they're actually having real conversations. They're genuinely connecting with each other and helping. And my job in putting the agenda together for the event was basically cut the fluff, get to the point, and show people what's actually working in the business, right through from product selection and development to reviews to launching, PPC, listing optimization, right through. And the feedback has been quite overwhelming actually online. If you have a look at the seller events page, there's an overwhelming amount of feedback on how much we just got to the point and gave actionable tips. So that's kind of where we're going with the whole community piece. It's combining the community, like building a real business with real friends and real relationships in the industry, with actionable, strategic training from experts and authorities in the industry. Titan isn't just about me. It's not just about Athena. Titan is not led by a single head or authority. It's a community with different levels of leaders within that community, all who have proven and achieved the success that the person behind them is looking to achieve. And I think that formula is just working. So yeah, the event was great. It was the first that we did. We're going to do it again next year. So look out for that in Orlando next year in Margaritaville. And we're looking to sort of at least double, if not triple the size of it for sure.
Great. All right. So my next question is, so not about Titans, not about masterminds, just a general question about you. I just want to know probably one thing about each of you so that I feel more connected, and maybe people who are watching, they also want to feel, because people buy from people and people like to connect with others, right? And Athena is all about networking, and then you go to all the networking events. So my big question to each of you is, what motivates you? Like, many people, I like to ask this question, like, what's your goal when you retire? Like, what you're going to do? Like, what motivates you? What is that end something that is motivating you to do what you do today? Like creating those networking events and, masterminds and all of these things. So I'm just curious, to feel a little bit of your personality more, to know who you are. Could you give me an answer on the spot?
Sure. Well, Dan, why don't you go first? You go first.
Okay, so I have a professional and a personal answer to that. And it's something I think about, but I've never really sort of quite defined. Personally, at the end of my entrepreneurial journey, I want my sons to be able to look back at what I did and have the inspiration and motivation to believe they can achieve anything, no matter the limits, no matter what other people tell them. So that's my personal goal. And obviously that comes with a financial reward and all of that comes with it. Professionally, I want to get to a point where I have a transcending effect on people. So Athena and I and our fellow Titan leaders that run Titan and all of our communities, helping people directly, and then that has a knock-on effect to the next person, that has a knock-on effect to the next person, and we create a movement within the industry, a movement built on cutting through the noise, creating clarity, and at the end of the day, people looking back and go, yeah, Dan and Athena did a really good thing there. I think that's probably where I'm at with it right now.
That sounds great. Let the positive waves in the world, and the positive waves will come back to you, right?
Exactly that. Exactly
nice. That. What about you, Athena?
Okay, well, obviously Dan and I are very aligned because what he just said is exactly what I was going to say. So, I mean, here's the thing. My sons are a bit older than Dan's sons are, and I'm already seeing the effects of them being extremely proud of what their mother's doing. So I, being the mother in the situation, it hasn't always been easy. You know what I mean? There's definitely sacrifice that comes with what I do, but seeing that they believe that anything's possible, and then watching them help their fellow friends in school and in their life and inspiring them to be able to do better. Like I'm already seeing not only it affecting my children, but them also becoming leaders and wanting to do more in the world. And when you ask my children what they want to do when they grow up, they say, well, I'm doing it. Like my older son already has 2 businesses. He does everything in a way that aligns with helping people to succeed. So if you ask him like what he's going to be when he grows up, he says, well, I'm going to have a lot of different things in my life that are going to create a good effect on the world. So I'm already seeing that part of things for me. I love experiencing people. I'm really like when I talk about wanting to connect with people, like people really matter to me. And what I love is to be able to help people overcome their own obstacles, their own fears, and achieve what they want to achieve. And when I see somebody do that and kind of break through and able to go to the other side of that and start to achieve their dreams and their goals, I know I'm doing what I'm here on this earth to do. And I think that when you connect all these incredible people, like I was just sitting back when we were at the Titan event and I was just watching all the brilliance and all the inspiration, all the things that happen when you put these different people in the room that wouldn't normally be there. So I think connecting people in that way is beautiful. I don't really separate my personal and professional goals, to be completely honest, because to me, having this world that we're creating is a dream come true for me, and the monetary reward is great, but like I really count my blessings in what we're doing and the people that we're involved in, really.
I love his point of view. Yeah, well said. Especially, that kids of electricians are very likely usually electricians as well. Kids of entrepreneurs are going to be likely entrepreneurs themselves. So it's very nice when they have really good example to follow. And yeah, I love his point of view very much. Now I'm thinking about it. Then I wonder what business my kids are going to start, so it's
yeah. And it's not just the business. Like when an entrepreneur can solve problems. An entrepreneur is looking at things from a different light. Like their brain doesn't work the same as everyone else. They're not looking to be sheep and just follow the leader. Like they think for themselves. So I think those are the type of people that create revolution. They're the type of people that create change. And so for us, it's not just like, somebody who can create a business. It's someone who can think for themselves and be leaders in a society that really needs that right now. So I think that's even more what we're going for.
I love it what you both are saying, because in the beginning of entrepreneurship, it's all about the money, right? And it's getting less about the money. And then you reach some point that you have comfortable life, and then you start considering those other things in the pyramid. You know, once you take care of the top most important things, then it's like, how can you give those good waves into the world? Like, what is going to affect what you do to the other? Oh, it's great. I love it what you're saying.
You're so cute. And I think once you've got your Amazon business in a certain level that you're comfortable, I see a lot of people start to do things that they've always wanted to do, like whether it's travel or they want to pursue hobbies or arts or be with their families more, or whatever it is. Like once you've got the business in place, we're seeing our own Titan members, traveling and doing all the things that they've always wanted to do with their life, which is very special.
Great. This has been a great conversation. Thank you so much. Very motivational, I have to say. Almost like watching a dose of Gary Vee, almost the same. All right. So thank you very much. So last question, where can people find you and connect? Do they just Google Titans Network? Like, could you tell us how to find you?
Yeah, in terms of connecting with us, the best way to join us is to join our free community that is Seller Events. And you can do that by going to sellerevents.com. Enter your email address in, it'll send you a link. You can join our free community. You can come along to some of our events and be sort of surrounded by fellow entrepreneurs, fellow Amazon sellers. And then if it's right, it's a good fit, then you can learn more about Titan from there. So yeah, welcome. Come to sellerevents.com and we look forward to connecting with you.
Great. Thank you so much for coming. See you next time.
Paulina, thank you so much for all that you do. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thanks for having us, Paulina.